Hello and welcome back to my Cadet to Fleet Admiral series, and I'll just run through a few things that have changed since last time. Okay, so I've done my housekeeping. As you can see, I've settled my powers tray a bit differently, just to make it a bit easier. I can get more things in there, and when I hit shooter mode, I should be able to move up and down. And it's meh, keybind issues again. Yep. And the weird thing is, it was working before this. I've changed his hairstyle because I didn't like the last one. I've changed his uniform. He's now wearing the correct uniform, the correct rank. And his ship's had a bit of a refit. But other than that, that's it. We're going to be playing our first mission, our first real mission today, which is diplomatic orders. I'm joined today by Zag, who's going to be playing this character that's right here, Julio. And I'm just going to welcome you to the stream. There you go, you're live. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hello. Obviously, I'm playing Julio, otherwise known as Zag. On my different characters, I've been playing STO with Nick for how long now?
Well, you joined not long after the beta.
Yeah,
Not long after it went live. I think it was about 3-4 weeks after it went live.
something like that.
So
It's got to be about 10 years now.
yeah, we're going on for 10 years.
Yeah. So I am normally the head tactical officer of our fleet. Generally, well, it's been a while since I've played properly, so I'm still kind of getting back into it, getting used to the role that I'm supposed to be playing. But I used to be really quite clued up on what the best weapons, technology, and things like that was to set up my ship. And generally, I would help out anybody who would have questions on how to deal better damage with their ships. And yeah, that's about as much as I can really think of right now.
Right, cool. All right. Well, without further ado, we'll get on with the mission. Have you actually got it?
Yes, I do.
Right. Okay. So first thing we're going to do is set up a team. So if I right-click on Julio here, and then you saw the menu pop up, and I just add it to a team. There we go. Right. If I select our information comes up there. Let me just have a quick look at the keybinds because it's being a bit weird with me. So, there we go. This does this on my main character quite a lot. Seems to be a bit of a bug. Right, so what we've got to do is locate Ambassador Suketh and go to the Vulcan system. So we need to, when we get into the system, I'll show you my ship and what I've done to it. Oh, well, this has come up because there we go. Yeah, I'm derping a bit.
Yeah, you're lagging today, aren't you?
Yeah, my brain is at least. Yeah, that's a bit.
What? Wait.
Here we are. According to YouTube, live yet. But yeah, you can see here what I've done to my ship. I've Just changed the top section here with the torpedo launcher. It's now got a deflector dish, which it didn't have before. Shortened the pylons to nacelles, made it look a bit squatter. And if we look around, where's Cheerio?
No, I've just been trying to work out where you are. Taking it nice and steady down. To be fair with these ships, everything's a bit nice and steady anyway.
Yeah, just a bit. Let me just check on something here. Been lots of technical issues tonight. If you can hear any echo, by the way, it's because Zag and I are actually in the same room.
We are.
And I've tried my best to eliminate it.
Almost looks like we've actually got the same ship.
Right.
A few small minor differences.
I have no idea whether this is actually going live or not, because according to my YouTube, it's not live. According to Streamlabs, it most definitely is.
Okay.
So, I think something screwed up on YouTube's end.
I don't know. You're the one doing the stream.
I know. It says live now. There we go. Right, so it is. Yeah, so we are live. Okay. YouTube just screwed up. Right, okay, so we're gonna go to Vulcan. So first thing we need to do is warp out.
As a demonstration as well.
What do you know? It actually did warp out.
Wow.
My friend sacrificed so much to secure peace with the Klingons. I bear the responsibility for the consequences to him and his crew, a thought that troubles me to this day. The hope was that this alliance would last forever. It did not. The Klingons have chosen war. The Federation is doing its utmost to protect its borders and the billions of innocents who call this space home. But I fear that this conflict may be our undoing.
I'll let you listen to that. Every time you go into sector space, for the first time, you get a little accolade thing that pops up and it tells you a little bit of what's going on.
Well,
So
it also depends on which sector in the space as well.
that's what I said. But, right, so we're going to Vulcan, that's here. And just right click it and force. Now Zag here likes to speed run these things, but I've already told her not to.
I just like to get on with things.
Yeah, but it's not very entertaining when you click through everything before we can read it.
Hey, I know the rules for this stream. Jeez. Might need to go further into the system itself.
Yeah, I know. I was just about to explain that.
Oh, sorry.
As I said in the previous stream, sometimes when you plot a course, it doesn't pop up right away when you get to the system. So sometimes you've got to like either move in a little bit or just move around so you find the sweet spot and the little window opens up. There we go, there it is. So we're going to enter the Vulcan system. so my science officer's popped up here. He's also the communications officer. Really? My pet peeve again, as soon as I warp into a social zone and they see I'm not in a fleet yet, instant invite. Captain, we've arrived in the Vulcan system. I took a little bit of contacting Ambassador's aid when we arrived. T0lval says that the Ambassador has certain arrangements that he prefers when travelling. She would like to go over them with you. Would you like me to put her on the main view screen?
Greetings. Thank you for agreeing to escort the Ambassador to Pajem. Ambassador Sokath is currently attending a ritual to honor the end of the Kalrek holiday. He will be done soon, but the Ambassador is hesitant to use transporter technology. His bias against the transporters is not logical, but I have come to accept it.
Okay.
I believe that Sokath would be much more comfortable traveling by shuttlecraft. I have received clearance for you to land near the Ambassador's location. I look forward to meeting you in person.
Okay, so we need to get on board a shuttle. So we're going to board a shuttle. This has popped up because we're in a team, which we've got to accept. Because normally you just go down on your own on this. Right, we're ready to land on Vulcan, sir. When you're ready to make final approach, let me know. On the shuttle.
Starfleet shuttlecraft. This is Vulcan Orbital Control. You are cleared to land at the requested coordinates. Welcome to Vulcan. Please enjoy your stay.
Let's change the skin on the shuttlecraft.
Have they?
Yeah. Well, they did in the cutscene anyway. The one that's landed is just a normal one. Right, so Captain, the Ambassador and his aide are waiting for you in the temple at the top of this rise. You can speak to them there and find out if the Ambassador needs anything else from us before we depart for Pajem. So, the little green arrow there is pointing us in the... Go. There. Come on, we might as well then.
Shame I don't have my accelerated movement module.
Well, you could have brought your main character, you didn't have to bring a brand new one, but if she'd have brought a Fleet Admiral to the stream, then the combat would have been over very quickly.
Yeah. This just wouldn't have been point in the live stream in the slightest.
Right, okay, so here we go. This is the Ambassador, and this is the Ambassador's aide. So let's speak with the aide first. Come to Vulcan. Captain, I regret to inform you that we have come to an impasse in completing your mission. Allow me to explain. As you know, Pajem is sacred to the Vulcan people, and access to it is strictly prohibited. Ordinarily, this would not present any difficulty, but Seven, the leader of the order that maintains the monastery, has chosen this moment to illogically refuse to grant Ambassador Sokath permissions to meet with the abbot at Pajem. This is most abnormal. Can this trip wait until Seven changes his mind? The Ambassador has considered going to the council to request that they overrule Seven, but the process will take time and he simply doesn't have it. If the Ambassador is unable to complete this journey to Pajem now, he will have to delay it until after the trade conference at Corridon is complete, and that would take weeks. Wonder why Seven won't grant the Ambassador permission. So we're going through this. The Ambassador, I'm afraid, has spent too much time off-world. I've seen it change him. His interactions with other species have grown easier over the years, but our own people have become more challenging for him to deal with. Perhaps you could speak to Seven. I know he has a great deal of respect for Starfleet, and you might have an easier time than he has in convincing him to grant the ambassador's request. So let me talk to him then. So now I'm basically just running around talking to these guys.
Yeah, I'll let you do the work.
Peace and long life.
At least this guy seems to be voiced over.
Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
No, not really. We can ask him all sorts of different questions here. I don't really want to know about Vulcan. Is there any way I can persuade you to allow Sokath to visit Pajem?
I will permit it if you will pledge to me, on your honor as a Starfleet officer, that you will protect Pajem from harm. Sokath says his reasons for wanting to speak to the abbot are private. I will accept that, but only if you are with him. I know I can trust Starfleet. Please, protect Pajem from any who would violate its sanctity.
Okay. I don't think this guy realises I'm a newly minted lieutenant and I've literally just graduated from the academy, but okay. Speak with the ambassador.
Welcome to Vulcan. Do you have any questions?
Right. Let's ask him why he doesn't trust
How
you.
should I know? He is a small man with small concerns. Thankfully, he has listened to reason, and our journey won't be delayed any longer. I am ready to leave now. Is the shuttle prepared for departure?
Yeah, it is. Let's go. Don't like your attitude, though, even for a Vulcan. Are you guys ready? Let's go. Come on.
We're talking. Supposed to be, watching the speech bubbles.
I was watching. Just adjust the volume in my headset. It's rather loud. See, this is what happened. She got there first. We didn't get to run the rest of the way. Keep your eye on that.
It'll be fine. There wasn't any different thing. All I did was run up to the shuttle.
Right, okay, so now we need to return to the bridge. Right, Ambassador Sokath has retired to his quarters, Captain. We can leave the system whenever you like. Okay, so we're gonna leave the system. Now we're gonna plot a course to Pajem. That's when the shenanigans ensues. Because nothing's ever easy.
Your inventory has a replicator that will allow you to buy and sell items. Press I to open your inventory.
Random fact there. Right. Stuff I need to sell. And there that I might need to.
Oh, did you get one of those boxes?
No. These are all mission rewards.
Oh, right, okay. I got like a starter's box because I skipped the tutorial. Give me some space and ground weapons and stuff.
Yeah, that's just basically what you get out of it.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, I just forgot to equip this stuff. Yeah, weapons badge. It's badge. These things are popping into the powers tray at the bottom there. Not better than my gun. So if you hover over the weapon in your inventory, it will bring up the weapons that you've currently got in your character. No, it's not. Stick with it. We've got for now. Okay, so begin diplomatic order. So when you get to a system, sometimes there's social zones where there's actual missions. Generally it'll pop up like this, and the mission will be in yellow of the title. Right, she couldn't shut up in the tutorial, full of res, but now she's been really silent. Sir, I'm picking up an unusual energy reading in the system. We should scan the system before we take the ambassador's surface. Agreed. Sensors on maximum. Let's scan the energy pattern.
It's the Klingons!
Deep inside Federation space.
This is Captain Katak to all Klingon vessels. Target their warp drive. There will be no escaping our vengeance this time.
Okay. We'll see. Right.
I am slightly surprised that they're taking out stranded in space, though.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to that mission, whether it's still there or they just moved it.
I don't know.
So yeah, stranded in space is generally the first mission, where you rescue a freighter.
Target's shield has failed.
We kind of did something similar in the tutorial when it was Quark on a freighter.
Well, I like setting up all the cosmetic to get everybody.
Cease your fire, Captain! Perhaps today is a day for words. My fellow captains were blinded by our vengeance toward the shapeshifter aboard your vessel. They have died with honor. But if I am to die this day, then I would prefer to regale the halls of STO with the tale of that foul creature's death.
Yeah, that's your reason why.
Ha!
Shapeshifter?
So even the mighty Federation has been fooled by the beast. Your guest from Vulcan is not as he or she seems, Captain. They are an Undine. They put on a false face and try to control us, but we Klingons know better. We will hunt them down until the last of these honorless dogs dies screaming.
Right, for those of you guys who don't know, who've never played this game before, who might be interested in playing the game, the Undine is species 8472 from Voyager. An Undine, have you any proof?
Proof? Pah! Allow me to stick a blade in its belly while I look it in the eye while it dies. That should be proof enough, even for Starfleet.
To be fair, with the attitude you give me, I'm tempted to let you. I'll take that into consideration.
If you wish the honor of the kill yourself, then it is yours to have. So long as the Undine dies, I will meet my death with eyes wide open and victory in my heart. I await your decision. Close hailing frequencies.
Consult your bridge officers, let's see what they've got to say. As well as just come to a stop. Okay. So, do I want to discuss with science, tactical, or engineering?
Well, you are an engineering officer, so...
Well, yeah, but I'm basically consulting my department heads, so they've all got a different opinion. Captain, our sensor scans indicate the Klingon vessels' warp drive, shields, and weapon systems are all offline. I don't even think they have impulse power. Whatever you decide to do, they can't really do much about it. Fair enough. Right, so let's either see what this science officer has to say. The Undine are a species that was first encountered by the crew of the USS Voyager. They are catalogued them as species 8472, because that's what the Borg designated them. As the Klingon commander indicated, they are indeed capable of changing shape. Additionally, they possess telepathic abilities that aid them in infiltrating the cultures of other species. So, Ambassador Soketh could be one. I'm afraid that is a conclusion we cannot rule out, Captain. I could conduct a test to determine if the Ambassador is who he claims to be. Yeah, unfortunately that would violate his ambassadorial immunity. Okay. Klingon is awaiting your response, Captain. Discuss with the tactical officer.
Well, we all know what they're gonna say.
Well, red shirts be red shirts.
Damn
Oh,
straight.
you're a red shirt. Yeah, right. Right, the Undine are physically superior to humans and consider anyone from our dimension to be an inferior life form. The vessels are more than a match for the Borg. They represent a great threat to Starfleet. Where is Ambassador Suketh now? The Ambassador is still in his quarters. Sir, I recommend sending a security detail to detain the Ambassador until we are certain of his identity. A sound precaution. Agreed. Right, let's discuss it with the engineer. I have no idea what they're going to say. Undine come from a dimension known as fluidic space. They use quantum singularities to move into ours. I'm afraid much of their technology still remains a mystery to us, but one thing is certain, it is not to be underestimated. So why use a Starfleet vessel? I can't say, Captain, but as the Undine are virtually unknown in the Beta Quadrant, my guess is that they are aiming to conceal their presence here. The Klingons? What the Klingons are saying could be true, Captain. If the Undine are in the Beta Quadrant, it might just be that the Klingons sniffed them out before us. In this case, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Right, okay, I think this is actually new. I don't remember doing this bit before.
No, I don't remember this bit at all.
The Klingon vessel is awaiting our response, so call the ambassador to the bridge, open a channel to the Klingon vessel, and let's settle this.
My patience is growing thin, Captain. If you lack the stomach to slay the beast aboard your vessel, then any Klingon here would gladly do it for you. I'd hate for you to stain that pretty Starfleet uniform with Undine blood.
Okay. Very generous, but unnecessary.
Then the beast is slain? Makar! Very good. Perhaps you've the heart of a warrior after all. Let me look upon our enemy, and tonight we will dine together as warriors and drink to the honored dead.
Don't be hasty, we haven't killed him yet. I present Ambassador Soketh.
Captain, I take my meditations very seriously. Why have I been summoned to the bridge?
Accused, meet your accuser.
Alive? You're a fool, Captain! Strike now before it's too late!
Not without proof.
You want proof? Then lower your shields and allow me to beam over. Once the Undine's blood coats my blade, you'll see it for what it truly is. A Grint hound in Tark's clothing.
I hope that's an option. Ambassador, allow me to explain.
There's no need, Captain. The situation is not difficult to unravel. My concern lies in the logic of you entertaining this Klingon's meritless claim.
Meritless, but not unreasonable.
A most illogical conclusion. Allow us to examine the facts, Captain. You have a crippled Klingon vessel, whose captain has made unsubstantiated claims that I am an Undine, a species that is known to both the Federation and the Klingon Empire as a considerable threat.
Thus, a reasonable consideration.
Potentially, but only if a great many other factors were to be true. Is it not much more likely that the Klingons have, in the face of defeat, instead sought to exploit Starfleet's desire for peaceful resolutions to conflict in order to repair their vessel and renew their assault?
Status of the Klingon vessel. Weapons inoperable. Warp drive is still offline. Wait. I'm detecting an energy surge. They're engaging their cloaking device. Oh, there we go. We've been duped. Red alert. Lock weapons.
A true warrior strikes without mercy, Captain. I only hope to teach you this lesson personally before the Undine does. We may not be able to best your vessel, but a Klingon knows many roads to victory. The beast may have evaded my vengeance for now, but I can still ruin its plans here at Pajem.
Fire. I've lost them on sensors, Captain. They're gone. Scan the area. It's because you're too slow. Come on. Captain, I'm detecting energy signatures on Pajem's surface. They're in the vicinity of the monastery. They appear to be transporter signals. Life signs indicate they're Klingon. Yeah, of course, and I am taking an away team. Captain, shall I accompany you? No, not really. It's
A
too
wise
dangerous.
precaution. Though I admit I am eager to see my people safe, I will await word until the monastery is secured. And Captain, let not my journey here be for naught.
Yeah, right. I just hope security keeps a phaser aimed at him while we're down on the planet. Away team, transporter room 1. Away team is ready to transport. At your command. Okay, so let's beam down.
I'll bring the doctor and that. Yeah.
Okay, so this is the... because we're in a team again. That's me, that's Jirio. And then we can choose who wants to take whose bridge officer. The maximum 5. If you're happy with it, just hit accept and you beam down. Captain, we need to secure the area and then make our way toward the monastery. It's located at the top of the hill. Red shirts be red shirts.
No, I tried moving my camera and I obviously hit the fire button.
Yeah. I've heard it all before. Trigger happy. I'm reading multiple Klingon patrols between us and the main building, so recommend that we proceed with caution. They've probably already heard us firing shots. Stay alert, we need to find the monks. This is not working again. Okay, so this is the annoying bug. Okay, so I have the shooter mode thing bound to my mouse. I switch to shooter mode and it doesn't work. So I've got to go into options, go to keybinds. You can see it's not changed to shooter keybinds. Change it manually.
No, see, I've never had that problem.
It's still not working. I have to switch. Oh, that's it. I have to back to RPG. Switch to RPG mode. Back to shooter mode. Come on. There we go. See, and that shouldn't happen.
No, it shouldn't. I have no idea why your account just seems to have that a problem.
But strangely enough, the last time I played this character, it worked fine. And when I changed all my keybinds, it worked fine.
Yeah, and I really don't know why you have that bug.
No one seems to.
Yeah, according to what was it, Cryptic themselves, they've said there's no such bug.
Yeah, I reported it many years ago. Because it's been going on that long. They can't reproduce it. Okay, so there's a monk. Dead monk.
Yeah. There was never monks here.
Yeah, there were.
No.
There was always one on the ground, I'm sure. Yeah, you go first, you're the red shirt.
Yeah. And you shoot first, okay. Call me a red shirt, you wind up shooting first.
Well, you were just waiting there, like doing
No,
nothing.
I was lining up my grenade actually. Would have been better if they wouldn't have run off.
Well, you're just too slow at it.
Oh dear. 1 minute you tell me to slow down, the next minute you're telling me to speed up. Choose one.
Pick an happy medium somewhere in between. You see, I thought I'd missed something then, it was just you.
And again, you shoot first.
Yeah, because they're in range. Need to talk to these guys?
No, I don't think we do. We just...
Yeah, just telling us where to go, yeah.
Set up a perimeter.
Not that I've got much. Some mines and self with them. Some more down. For this message.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a sneaking suspicion they might come in useful. So we're receiving an alert from Vulcan. Ella says she must speak with you immediately on your tricorder.
I have terrible news. Vulcan security forces have discovered the body of Ambassador Soketh. They have determined that he was killed by a phaser blast at short range. His remains were discovered in a stasis chamber hidden in a cavern beneath the Ambassador's residence. The Ambassador on your ship, the one that I have been working for, is an imposter.
Surprise, surprise, the Klingons were right.
For once.
You need to be very careful. This imposter was able to fool Soketh's closest associates for months. He is crafty and very patient. Now that he has been discovered, he will be dangerous.
Well, he wasn't good enough to fool the Klingons. Obviously, his closest associates don't know him that well. Captain security teams have reached Ambassador Soketh's quarters, but he's gone. Oh. They're searching the ship, but unauthorized use of transport is detected. Okay, so the security detail on my ship looks reprimanding. We were supposed to be keeping an eye on him. The Vulcan government is requesting that the imposter Soketh be detained and returned to Vulcan for questioning. Sir, whomever used the transport erased the logs. I have a feeling that the imposter is on the planet's surface. I recommend we locate him immediately. We'll find him. Not that we need to.
Such emotion on your face. I see now my deception has been exposed. Pity. Capturing the abbot so we could replace him as well would have been beneficial. But we are strong. We will prevail. You are weak, and the weak shall perish.
What was with that facial expression? Jeez.
Where did he go? Oh, there he is. Oh, my mines have disappeared.
Well, yeah, they are kind of on a time limit.
I'll come back through them.
He's going.
And okay.
No.
What?
Anymore.
Didn't we used to chase him down
Yeah.
the steps and fight the Klingons a bit more?
Oh, hang on, let's go down the hill, see what happens.
Well, I've got the message up.
Why? I've just ignored it.
Yeah.
Where's the tranny Klingon gone?
The tranny, the transgendered Klingon.
Yeah.
No, they've all gone. Yeah, there used to be a female Klingon that spawned up here, but it was quite obviously a male voice.
And it was hardly amusing. Or should I say a transitional Klingon?
Hmm.
Yeah, no, there's nothing. What?
They've
What have
changed
they
it.
done to the mission? I don't like it.
Recommend we return to the Warwick and search for the Undine ship. We need to find the Undine and take it back to Starfleet. No, we need to kill it with fire.
Lots of it.
Yeah, this is wholly new for me now. It changed everything. Captain, there is an Undine ship to set course. Of course there is. Sir, the Warwick doesn't have the armaments to handle an Undine attack, but surprisingly we're probably going to end up dealing the most damage.
Yeah?
Starfleet reports that it's sending ships to assist us, but they're about 60 seconds out. Is that all? We'll have to hold out until the reinforcements get here. Captain, if we target their torpedoes, we might have a chance.
Warning, ship is under attack.
It does help that there's 2 of us.
Yeah.
I'd always recommend team play when they're available in Star Trek Online. I mean, it's not essential. I mean, you can quite easily do all this stuff on your own, but it just makes things go a little faster. How are you doing there?
Fine. I'm just gonna stand. I should be fine.
I don't have any healing abilities, right?
No, neither do I. I'm not really that worried.
Oh, we've got 6 seconds until the fleet gets here.
Was that it?
Who's the Challenger? That's the Forge ship.
Look. Yeah, now we might wind up having a voiceover section by the Forge then.
We've got the Texas in the field.
Hero. Ooh! Oh! Ow, yeah, okay, I bit it. I wasn't watching the torpedoes.
Yeah, get used to seeing her die.
Yeah! I'm like uber squishy. Oh, I shouldn't be uber squishy in this ship compared. No. There should be any sort of comparison between what is it, Bennett and Rio at the moment.
No, we've got the same ship. Roughly the same abilities.
Yeah, I've got Tachyon beam, high yield, emergency power shields.
Scanning debris. Downloading data now. Accolade complete. In Dreadnought.
Yep, message from the Challenger.
Yeah.
This is Captain LaForge of the USS Challenger. Glad to see we made it here in time to lend you a hand. Perhaps you'll return the favor someday. LaForge out.
Okay. We've recovered the final data transmissions from the Undine vessel, as well as samples of the organic material that was used to create the ship. We need to get all of this back to Starfleet Intelligence. They may be able to decrypt the message and tell us more. So we're going to depart the system. One thing I haven't done yet, which I've just realised, is I haven't even looked at my skills to see if I've got any skill points to spend.
I haven't, I know that. I checked that when I made this character.
I might have some on this mission. So, complete up here, you can just click on this little pad.
The Ambassador was an Undine? I'm afraid their infiltration of the Federation goes much deeper than we realized. Who knows what kind of havoc they could create?
Okay.
I'll wait until you're ready to accept any other missions.
Alright, so we're gonna get, what's that, 2,600 skill points, 650 expertise, data recorder, photon torpedo launcher, personal shields, and dial with you.
Oh, I've just got the
Lieutenant.
pop-up for Stranded in Space now.
That's there, lost and found, stranded in space. Okay, so I just... let's have a look. What's up here? States.
I've received a report there is a Bolian freighter that is overdue arriving at Earth space dock. It may need assistance.
Okay.
Hmm?
So they've changed the order of them?
Yeah, it looks like it.
I could be remembering this wrong.
No, we always had Stranded in Space first, then diplomatic orders.
Right, so I've got a new photon torpedo launcher. Personal shields are definitely. Tactical console. Phaser relay. So that'll give us plus 3.8% phaser damage. So, there's a little more powerful. I've also got here the RCS accelerator. Turn speed. And that was shield regen. So, as I explained before, get rid of some of this stuff. So if we go to replicator, we can recycle, right? And as I said in last week's stream, anything that was defaulting the ship is worth 0. Recycle it. You can't trade it. Right, we don't want that anymore. Oh, actually, we might keep. Don't want that. Really bothered about that. This one we can. We'll 451 energy credits for, and that's what Zippo can do with these is have a quick look at our bridge officer. That's good. And that phaser. Put that on. As
Yeah, you gotta try and remember that on the ground you're only really as good as your team.
pretty much. Well, it's similar in space, but
No, I know, but what I'm talking about is if you're doing solo missions or even STFs later on in game, you're only as good on the ground as your team is. So, for example, if you find that you're dying a lot on the ground on solo missions, if you upgrade your bridge officers, you will find it's a hell of a lot easier.
yeah. Right, I'm just gonna actually. I never looked. Skills, right? Oh, okay. So we don't have any skill points. See, this is how long it's been since I started a new character. I don't know when we get our first lot of skill points. Right.
I think it might be when we next rank up.
Maybe.
So I'm a little bit out of the loop as well, so...
Right, okay, so I've just brought up the rewards. So rank 4... now, Lieutenant Ground ability. Target optics for tactical, reroute, shields, engineering, recorder scan, science. Bridge officer awarded, unlock PvP at 5, at 6, nothing. Lieutenant space ability at 7. I will get rotate shield frequency. I will get attack pattern out. Bridge officer awarded. Actually tell you.
We'll see how it goes anyway.
One would have thought though. Okay, so 1 second, I just want to check something out.
1.
Funny. She's full of jokes.
Usually my dad's jokes, but...
Yeah. Okay, so let's find this is Zora.
Okay.
I'm assuming Zhurio's already there.
No, I'm not, because I did actually say that I'm not going to take any more missions until you're ready. And you tell me which one it was. I'm going to assume it's Stranded in Space, so I'm heading there now.
Yeah. Oh right, it's actually put us in different instances. This is a good time to show you guys how to change it. I may as well just stop because it normally pops you back in at the entrance to the sector, which in this sector would be the Sol system.
Yeah, it's not normally too far away from a space dock.
So we need to find where she is. So I click on this which says Vulcan sector, change instance, and right there at the top, 35 players, 1 team, 1 friend, 1 teammate. Make sure it's highlighted and transfer.
Simple.
Sometimes you won't be able to get in. If the instance is full, sometimes you're just better off looking for an empty instance and you're both transferring to a different instance. It's fine. The one thing about being such a low level is top 5 everywhere.
Especially when your main character has a beefed up sector space speed.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually bother me too much getting to a destination fast.
Well, it depends how fast that destination is
20
away.
ships in range. This is Dana
Well,
Brot
that's
of
when
the
you have your
transport
transport
SS
abilities
Azura.
later on.
Please help. Warp core containment field down. Radiation flooding ship. Communications and life support failing. Cannot eject warp core. Need immediate evacuation and assistance. Please help us.
Okay, we're on our way. No, this is this mission normally, or last time I played it, had some career-specific options when you were playing it, and you get an accolade for doing it. Now we're in a team and we've both got a different career. So I'm an engineer. Zag is playing an attack officer. So we should be able to complete both of them, and we'll both get both accolades.
Yeah, the only one we're going to miss is the science objective.
Who cares about science? Right, let's begin Stranded in Space then.
Science does have their own merits, though.
To any ships in range. This is Dana Brot of the
Just
transport
never been
SS
something that I
Azura.
could play.
Okay.
Please help. We're being pursued by Orion raiders. Crew injured. Taking heavy fire. Dropping out of warp near your coordinates. Need immediate evacuation and assistance. Please help us.
Well, keep tracking that distress signal. This is new.
No, I think they revamped it not so long ago.
So sensors are picking up several light attack craft on an intercept course. We need to deal with them before we render aid to the SSs. Power to shields, helm, take us up to range. These things are used for crafting. I'm not going to be scanning them in the firefight. So, Orion is now locked as an attractor beam, which means we can't move.
Until my copy of it, at least.
But the disadvantage of being held still means that you lose all your what is it called? You gain defense by moving. You lose it.
Yeah.
Basically. So,
Well, that, and it means that they can only target one set of shields, which can hinder you quite a lot.
yeah. So
If they take, sorry.
No, it's fine. Carry on.
I was going to say, if they take down one of your shields, you're left wide open to any sort of physical attack from torpedoes, things like that.
Yeah, so if you can avoid it, try not to get locked into a tractor beam. There are counters to it. One of them is polarized hull. It's not something you're likely to have this early on in the game unless you go on the beach raid with your bridge officers.
obviously another way to combat it a little bit is to, you can actually, I'm assuming you already mentioned this in the previous stream, but you can actually press on each individual shield to put more power into a specific shield.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I covered that. Can't remember, it was last week. But
Yeah,
I'm fairly sure I did actually mention the shield distribution thing. But that is not a solution by any means. It's just a stopgap, because they will drain your shield quicker than you can recharge it, even with things like emergency power to shields. Right, okay, so we're going to scan the Azura. Captain, I'm detecting elevated radiation levels on the Azura. I've alerted the transporter chief of the situation. She can brief you before you beam over to the Azura. Team to the transporter room. So, same setup as...
What's funny is we'll both go to the same transporter room.
Yeah, well, the way I see it is I'm leading the mission, so you'll beam over to my ship and then we'll beam over to the... You see, shooter mode's still working now because I haven't exited shooter mode. If I exit shooter mode, transfer map, it won't. Right,
Captain, I'm concerned about the radiation on the Azura. She might have some damage to the warp core, but our sensors can't pick up enough to determine exactly what you'll find over there. I'm sure I can send you and the away team to the ship safely, but getting you back might be a problem until the Azura's critical damage is repaired. Step on the transporter pad when you're ready to go, and be careful, sir.
Wait, so you're telling us unless we can repair the critical systems, you can't beam us back, so we might go up with the ship? And this is a good idea, how?
Sending the captain over?
I think we should take a shuttle. Trying to keep a lock on us and prepare to transport the survivors. A shuttle would be more logical, I think, in this situation.
You know, your Elisa, she's actually got a hell of a lot of junk in the trunk.
Okay, why is yours not? I haven't changed her, that's how she came.
No, I'm just saying.
Okay, well, we're gonna beam over. So we've got to shut down the plasma leaks. So I'm picking up multiple life signs. Some of them are the Azura's captain. But the rest are Orion. Cool. I wonder if they do the wacky flailing arms guy thing still.
We shall see.
Plasma leaks are blocking our path to the survivors. We will need to use the consoles to safely vent the plasma. The rescue of the survivors is our top priority.
So, green stuff will hurt.
Right, now, you can go in some of these side rooms, and there is optionals in here. Now, if we had a science officer, or more specifically a doctor, we could scan this crewman and we could save them, but I don't think we can actually do it. The science career is required to complete this task. So, these guys will die, because we haven't got the medical training to heal them. I actually think once we repair the ship, they probably get beamed out. Do you want to do the honours? I thought you might have shut it off.
Well, I thought you might want to show people on the stream, seeing as, you know.
Oh, hello. Is that a full auto rifle?
It might be. Do I use anything else?
Sometimes.
Really?
This guy's behind us.
Again, there's another civilian here that we can't do anything about.
Ah, but this console we need to do. Should we scanning mini game? Oh, you've already done it, have you?
Sorry.
No, it's fine. What's in the box? What's in the box?
Snakes.
Rock the Gina. Okay, well, I'll have some of that.
Bit of Klingon coffee, why not?
Yeah, we need the stimulants. We haven't actually slept since taking command of the ship. It's been like 95 hours of being awake. I'm panicking.
Oh, hello. I'm throw a grenade at my own guy.
I've got the console.
Ooh, okay.
Well, it was right here.
Yeah, I was right there too. I was just on the other side of the thing.
Well, this is where I get to play engineer a bit. It's gone in the warp core, Captain. Catastrophic failure of antimatter containment. Warp core breach is imminent. Captain, unless the breach is contained, the Azura will be destroyed. So,
we hit an Orion ambush on our way to K7. We lost our weapons almost immediately, and then we took a direct hit near engineering. Our warp engine's magnetic antimatter containment field failed. We had no choice but to drop shields and use the power to try to stabilize the containment field. As soon as the shields were down, Orions boarded the ship. I'll never let those green pirates have the Azura. Please, take my crew to safety. I'll keep trying to stabilize the warp core.
I can't actually see what the discussion is because obviously it's career-based.
Well, weirdly enough, what she said is not what was in the text.
Okay.
So, okay. Escort the crew members to the cargo bay. I'll help you, crew.
Okay.
I'm gonna sort this out. It didn't actually pop up with anything to tell me to do this.
Yeah.
Just accolade engineering contained the warp core, it says there, but there was nothing to direct me to it.
Mm-hmm.
If you reroute power from life support to containment, you can stabilise the core long enough to erect a level 10 force field. It should hold the antimatter long enough for the Azura to get to a starbase for repairs. It's risky, but unless you do something soon, the warp core will explode. So this is my engineering thing. Should get an accolade, Ocran student. Life support levels are at 82%. Automated backups will engage if power to life support drops below 47. Are you sure you wish to reroute power to the antimatter containment? Well, yeah. Deploy containment field. Erecting level, there you go, Cochrane student. Erecting a level 10 force field won't repair all of the damage to the Azura, but it should contain the antimatter and give the ship a fighting chance to survive. If the vessel makes it through the next few minutes, it should be able to limp to a starbase on impulse power. The shipyard is needed to make all of the repairs that the vessel needs. Engage force field. Nope. Warp core contained. Although even from here to the nearest starbase it would take months at impulse power, one would hope that Starfleet would send a tug to drag her in. Right, let's just do this scanning minigame so we can show this.
Yep. I was actually going to suggest that.
So here we go, you're just going to match the waveform and basically using the arrow keys on your keyboard, that's it, and when you win it, you get some stuff. That's used in crafting, we've not got that far yet. But I think it'll be in here, so there's my inventory, we have a new tab, R&D materials, there it is. Okay, let's move on.
Klingons?
Yeah, it was Orion. She did say Klingons in a text, but she didn't say Klingons when she was talking.
Okay.
Yeah, they've replaced them. These guys used to be Orions. Right, let's crouch down. Is it Z? X. And get to aim.
You ready?
Yeah, let's see if they do the flailing arm guy.
Oh, it's not doing your cut screen for it. It's only showing me the cut screen for it.
That sucks. critical thinking, so I got the accolade for that. But yeah, they're still there.
Okay. Well, that's bugged.
Yeah, these guys should be dead.
That's weird.
It is no surprise that the cowardly Orions cannot even
Never mind.
handle raiding.
Either way, they're gonna die.
But their call for assistance has given us a chance for glorious combat.
With a freight. Yeah, so they've changed a few of these early missions. Not necessarily for the better, in my opinion.
Yeah, like, why are the Klingons here?
Well, the Iranians sent out a distress call. That's what the Klingon just said anyway.
Alright.
And they are allied with the Klingons. There must be a cloaked Klingon vessel in the area. Should let the ship. Yeah, of course. Yeah, we've got Klingons. I'm all confused. This isn't supposed to happen. Someone's been meddling with a timeline. Hurts me.
Meh.
Right, let's beat him out. Go to the bridge.
But I want to go to my bridge.
Are you coming to my bridge? Captain, incoming message from the Klingons. Putting it on screen. What's the odds it's the same guy from...
Leave now if you know it's good for you, Starfleet. We are taking this ship, her crew, and her cargo.
It's not, but I recognise that voice. The Azura and a crew are under Starfleet's protection. Is that it?
Incoming.
Not all my torpedoes made it.
Ever. Okay, he's targeting you, but firing on me. That was ridiculous.
Ooh. So,
I'm just hitting the greed.
Alright, I just rolled need on it.
Fair enough.
Captain, we need to get within range and try to get the transport timber. I'm losing the ability to speak. Yeah. It's gone in the Azura now. Its radiation levels are normal and its field around the told him. Is out of danger. Captain Bro is hailing us on main of use.
Many thanks. If it hadn't been for you and your crew, I would have lost my ship and my life. I'm in your debt. I'm setting a course to Earth space dock for repairs. If I see you at Club 47, the drinks are on me. I think I might even have a few bottles of Tranya in the cargo hold.
Tranya, I want Romulan ale. And I will remember that. Now that the Azura is safely away, sir, we should take the injured crew out of the system. Starfleet is sending a shuttle to retrieve them. And you can rejoin the Azura. Oh. Apparently some of that water went down the wrong hole.
Oh, that was silly.
Right, let's get out of here. Last time.
I don't know.
Well done. You saved that crew just in time.
Okay, so we get a new warp core, some new shields, some armour, and the Azura personal concord. Now, whilst we're in sector space, it says here it'll call a trade freighter and we can use it like the exchange, access to bank and sort of stuff. Without having to return to a stack. Okay, so...
Congratulations,
You have
Lieutenant.
just earned your first skill points. Click here to learn more.
There we go, first skill points.
I didn't get one.
Level 5.
Right, I'm tail end of level 4.
Just gonna do this stuff because no doubt the next mission will in a second. Right.
Research a rescue.
Starfleet has lost contact with the Federation science station in the Kasei system, because all communications from Kasei 2 must be boosted by a satellite that compensates for Metreon isotopes prevalent in the system. It may be that the communications array is in need of repair. Please make the necessary repairs to the communications array and re-establish contact with the science station.
Okay. Just the mission briefing. So for that we'll get a Type 2 phaser stun pistol, more dilithium, fire suppression device, career specific rare hit room. And then we can choose one of the following, so we can either have a phaser cannon or a phaser beam. I believe this ship will take cannons, but it's not something that an engineer will normally use, because cruisers as a rule can't have cannons on them. There are some exceptions, so we'll just accept that. Right, what core? Yep.
Generally, if you're wanting cannons, you're better off getting something quick, manoeuvrable, can get the cannon, because they've got quite a short firing arc. So you're better off getting something quick and manoeuvrable to be able to get the enemy within that firing arc and keep it within that firing arc as well.
Also, instead of opening up the replicator, you can right-click and just discard items. If you do that, you will still get money for it. Armor. I want better armor. Leave. There's one of my bridge officers that doesn't have any. You don't. Okay. Let's give you some.
Sounds like a few of them don't.
No. Also, if you noticed on the screen, when I leveled up, a lot of accolades popped up. Just right here. Those were my vet rewards. Because I'm a lifetime member and have been for a good number of years, probably about 7 years. Maybe 8. So once you reach level 5, you get all the accolades for the veteran stuff. There's not really much there. I'll get like a 5%. There it is. So 700-day veteran plus 5% team experience point bonus. So the team, the whole, will get a 5% skill boost. That does stack if you're in. I believe it stacks anyway if you're in a team with other 700-day veterans. Right, and all that dilithium we've been collecting goes into your assets tab. Find dilithium. There is a daily limit. It's 8,000 a day. Anything else stored as. One of the other bonuses of being a subscriber, a lifetime member, is that if I am not online and I've got a few thousand dilithium stored here, I'm not online for a couple of days, it will automatically refine 8,000 a day, so when I log in I'll just get a big lump for all the days I've not been. Obviously you've got to have the art to do that. Right, okay, so skill points.
Will increase your effectiveness in both space combat and ground combat.
Okay, so, okay, right, we've got 1 space point, and so these are the things that I can spend it in, right? I can either have hull restoration, hull capacity, that's always a good one, engineer, especially if you want to be a tank, shield restoration, shield capacity, energy weapon training, projectile weapon training. These increase the damage of the respective thing. As a general rule, pretty much everything in this, no matter what career path you're going down, you want pretty much everything in here anyway. Now you can min-max it a little bit, but you're not really gonna do yourself any harm by picking up every skill here. First one I'm going to go for is energy weapon training, because my survivability isn't in question right now. I've not died, and I'd like to kill things a bit quicker. Oh, and round weapons proficiency, endurance training, personal shield expert, performance expert. So weapons proficiency, again, I like this early on. Now, if you notice, I can now select this. Is put a skill point in, you get these little as you go. Same in space, but you need to spend a lot. So I can choose engineering training ground skill, unlocks the ability to train your bridge officers in a new ground ability mine barrier, or turret fabrication. Now, my preferred engineer playthrough is fabrication expert, and I like my bridge officers to be able to fabricate stuff as well, so I'm going to go with that. Just go back to the space. You can see here, they spend so many points. You get these little unlocks. It's the same in every career path, all the way up. Now, you can't just spend skill points willy-nilly and get all the way up to where you have to spend a lot of skill points in one track to unlock all the way to the end. But we'll cross that bridge when we come into it. Right, so where are we going now?
Over to the Cadet system.
There it is. Get the navigator to do all the work. 57 light years away at warp. Unless it's gone up a bit. Oh, warp 5.56.
Obviously, I am already there. I'm actually slightly surprised you weren't travelling whilst you were sorting out your skills.
Yeah, I could have done. Didn't know how long it would take. I mean, I could transwarp there, I think.
Yeah, but what's the point in spending credits when you don't need to just yet?
Well, I was just going to explain, but he's not come up with that. He's plotted once.
Right.
But yeah, you can use transwarp, where it's basically like a teleport directly to your mission start point, but it costs energy credits, and I'm a miser. As soon as I'm not going to be using anything from the sea store to help me, I want to keep them energy credits. Because we're going to be, when we get up to higher levels, we're going to need all the energy credits.
Hidden dangers lurk in space,
there we go,
and the threat of Klingon attack has made even the most stout-hearted reconsider their choice to travel throughout the stars.
Talking to you again very soon.
A last-ditch effort to find a common ground could end this conflict, but there are many who oppose peace.
It takes a good long while to get those 57 light years.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other reason I wasn't travelling is I really didn't know where I was going.
That's fair enough.
So we just come from... it's quite a distance.
Such is the galaxy, I suppose.
It is now. And again, it never used to be. We used to have like sector blocks, and they used to be quite small.
Mm-hmm.
And you basically have a map transition every time you got to the end of one. Basically, like you've got to do now to go between the quadrants. But it kind of rendered things like the quantum slipstream drive and very high warp velocities redundant, because you'd activate it, it'd be on for 30 seconds and it'd take you 10 seconds to cross the sector block. Flopsy. Task Force Spectre. Before we shut this down tonight, I would appreciate it if you go on to your main character and invite this one to the fleet.
Yeah, of course.
That way it's going to stop people randomly inviting me.
Mm-hmm. Slightly surprised you didn't ask me that at the beginning of the stream, actually.
Kinda did ask you to do that days ago, but...
And obviously you forgot to tell me again. Because you know how flaky I can be. Hey, at least I own up to it.
So, right, begin research and rescue.
Hey.
I think we'll close the stream after this mission. That'll be like 3 tonight, because we're going to be streaming again on Wednesday. So,
yeah.
So I'm detecting Gorn ships in range of the communications array. I recommend that we deal with them. We assess the damage to the array. Is there always a...
Yeah.
So?
Yeah.
So it's been many years. Shields up, prepare for combat.
I want a new ship, damn it.
Let's go to full.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I need to set my keybinds for full impulse.
Too close to my full impulse. Does drain oil.
Ship
Yeah, I love the fact that going to the system that's got here, they're obviously tampering with this satellite. We've made no attempt to hail them. We don't know, we're actually going to Klingon anyway, and they're gone, and they're like themselves with a Klingon anyway. But usually you would hail them before you start shooting them.
Nah, shoot first, ask questions later.
I know that's your job.
Pop that fuse over my head.
An auxiliary battery. Hey, every little bit helps at this point.
I don't use batteries, I never have.
Well, even if you don't use them, you can sell them. It might only be a couple of credits, but a couple of credits is a couple of credits. Profit at the end of the day.
Says the true Ferengi.
Yeah. Lieutenant, readings are showing that the communications array has been heavily damaged by the Gorn. Well, no shit. At this range, I should be able to contact the research station, say 2. However, the station is not responding to hails. and our scans are detecting signs of multiple fires on the station. Sir, the researchers may be in trouble. Recommend that we send an away team to the surface. Yeah, and it's going to be me again. Lieutenant, go in the communication. Already done that.
Yeah, you didn't click it.
Into station. Except, she shouldn't be calling me Lieutenant. I'm the captain of the ship. She should be calling me Captain.
Well, get a toad.
For what good it'll do, I'll stick her in the brig. Help us, please.
The Gorn. They just stormed in and started shooting.
Tell us what happened.
The first sign of trouble was when we lost contact with the communications array. The Gorn beamed in and started shooting. They destroyed our computer core and took thousands of artifacts we spent years collecting. Then, as if destroying decades of archaeological research weren't enough, they started setting fires.
Okay.
The Gorn. They just stormed in and started shooing.
Why would the Gorn attack you?
Have extremely long memories. Thousands of years ago, the Gorn hegemony ruled this entire sector. In their minds, that means these planets are still theirs. The alliance with the Klingons has inspired the Gorn to start rebuilding their empire. Every planet from here to Cestus 3 is in danger. The Gorn. They just stormed in and started shooting.
Did everyone escape the fire?
Not everyone. There are several members of our team still unaccounted for. Please, you must find them. The Gorn destroyed our automated fire suppression system in the initial attack. You will find fire suppression devices on the walls that you can use to fight the fires.
Okay, you were safe in the Warwick. Find your team.
I'm coming with you, Captain. There's too much at stake, and
Really?
I know this project.
She's coming with us.
Good for her.
There's some fire suppression gear. Do you want to be the firefighter?
Can do.
Wonder if the accolades working again.
I don't know.
My shooting mode's not working again.
The Klingon invasion
luckily
was a
there's
blow
only,
to
mine
Gorn self-determination and identity.
So basically we find these scientists and we beam them out. I can do it with the keyboard, that's pretty cool.
Do what with the keyboard?
I can move the tray about with the keyboard.
Okay.
Well, it is bound to the keyboard too, but one would assume that if it's not looking with the mouse, then it's not switched over to the right keybind, so it should.
Ah.
These kinds of raids are the Gorn's attempt to reclaim their identity through their history.
And yes, before anybody says anything, the fire does hurt.
No, it's actually hitting me.
Look at all this damage. We'd have helped if the Gorn had just asked. I guess when one of your leaders turns out to be a shapeshifter, it damages your sense of trust.
Keep seeking the rocks.
Rocks?
really use some help with this guy, actually.
Where is he?
He's like forcing me out of the room. There we go. Is it a phaser sniper rifle? Ooh, that's my favourite.
Go for it, I've just greeted on it.
You know, you can just pass it.
I like to take my chances just in case. I just got some tag milk.
You want to fight?
I believe the scientist is actually up the top.
Right, there's fires raging.
Yeah, I'm still going. I'm watching the orange hues.
There's another research team on Kasei 4, involved in a dig at a promising site. Given what the Gorn have done here...
Fires just in case, see if that...
Yeah, I've quit out of it, so...
Okie doke.
What we're actually looking for here is... It used to be an accolade. Firefighter accolade. If you put all the fires on the station, you used to get it. It seemed to have taken it away for some reason. Either that or there's a fire hiding somewhere.
It's in the walls! Oh, I can't see any more fire at all.
That kind of sucks.
Yep.
Okay, there's no way through. I'll fight there anyway.
Yep.
Alright.
There's another research team on Kasei 4, involved in a dig at a promising site. Given what the Gorn have done here, I'd imagine that team is in trouble. Captain, we have to check on them. If the Gorn have taken over the dig site, the researchers could be captives. Or worse.
Okay, so let's beam up and walk to Kasei 4. Attempting to establish a communications link to Captain. Gorn ships detected. They're powering up weapons. Does anybody remember when we used to be explorers?
The nature of video games, though. It's not all action and who wants it. Some difficulty in this game. You've got normal, advanced, and I think it's something like elite, isn't it?
You know, really, yeah, it could be, but there's 3 different difficulty modes, and if you play on the harder ones, you get more skill points and whatnot. But if your ship actually explodes, you die, either on the ground or in space. Your ship and your character can sustain injuries, which makes them less effective. Now the components are for your ship, so if you get a ship gets an injury, you can use the components to fix it, and there's 3 different components depending on severity. And it's the same for the ground. But right now, we're not using them, we're not playing in Elite. And that actually translates to the STFs from that game, to the end game stuff. That if you play an Elite or an Advanced STF, if you die, if your ship dies, there's a chance that it will get an injury on it and get less and less effective unless you repair it. Right, okay, so scanning for additional hostiles. It appears the ship is safe for now, Captain. Located the big site surface, sir, but there is a high intensity energy surrounding it. Sensors cannot penetrate. I can beam an away team to a location outside of the field. Ready to transport. Command. Scanning for additional. Already done that. Why is it? It's the second time it's actually looped back through.
What? It does that to me sometimes.
Now, the one thing I wish they would add to this game, and they said they would do, and this is going back 10 years.
Our team was working on. They set up several shield generators to help protect the most important artifacts from further damage. There's a small encampment under the shield dome. Lagorn probably came in and took over everything.
Yeah, the one thing I wish they would add, I say it's going back 10 years and they said they were going to do it, was fighting to disable stunning people on the ground. If you were a Starfleet, having the option to do it. So when you go into a combat situation, alright, well, Klingons, we're going to blow them up. There's several situations where you go in and you're like, I wouldn't destroy that ship, I'd disable it. Or, you know, if we're being down, I don't want to kill things, stun it. And they were going to give us that option, but it's now not materialised yet. And I really wish they'd put it in.
If we disable the shield generators, we may be able to get inside and rescue the other archaeologists. Look up. You can see the shield generator beams. We can follow those to find the controllers and turn off the system.
Okay, so we've got to disable the shield generator and access the central building. Now, interestingly enough, in the old version of this mission, this is where I got the accolade for killing 1,000 Gorn on the ground. So literally hundreds of them, and they kept spawning in. But I purposely went back and played this mission just to get the accolade.
You getting it or am I getting it?
No, you get it. You're right there.
The team here found remnants of a precursor civilization.
Shield power is dropping! What is going on?
They didn't sound happy.
Our understanding of Gorn evolution is woefully inadequate. Are they even offspring of the Preservers?
No, I'm following.
The Gorn territorial claims aren't entirely without merit, but they would displace billions of people. A diplomatic solution could help to save Gorn heritage without disrupting Federation colonies.
God damn, does this woman ever shut up?
Come on, it's a Cardassian, what do you expect?
They better not be hostile to Malta, she might think I'm one. This is a lockbox. Oh, no.
More fluctuations!
No.
Increase the power to the shields!
Just look like one. Just being a numpty. Yeah, if you pick up a lockbox, you need a key from the sea store to open it, and a random chance you might get something good.
Or you can buy them off the exchange, the auction house. They're about 4.5 million energy credits to buy one key of.
Save your money, it's not worth it.
No, it's not. In fact, I kind of derped with my stipend today. I bought 10 keys to put them on the exchange to sell them. I was putting them on one at a time, and then the whole stack decided to go on for the price of one. And they went immediately.
Of course they will.
Yeah, exactly. So, a little bit annoyed, but what can I do? Model up.
Yeah, one of the other perks of being on lifetime is you get a 500 Zen stipend every month. Which, to be fair, I just generally sell it and get Dad with you to help me.
I either do that or I sell lockbox keys to get some energy credits.
Yeah, either or.
Yeah, that's about the only real benefit. Or if you really want to save up to get a new ship, you just wait for a few months.
Yeah, that's happened too. Well, to be fair, most of the ships I own in this game I've actually bought. I don't think I've used much time. It just takes too long at 500 a month.
I think I've upgraded mine through yeah, the fleet modules.
I know you've actually bought a ship yesterday, I can remember one you logged.
Oh yeah, I didn't play for like a year and I bought like 4 ships or something.
Yeah,
Want to beam up?
Got in here. It's in the
If
box.
I remember rightly, there is I want to say a corpse in here that you can get an accolade
The Gorn must
from.
be holding them captive elsewhere.
Or it's outside. You just have to scan it.
No,
yeah.
there was a corpse in. You found it?
Yeah.
Sir, the Warwick has detected Gorn starships approaching from the far side of the planet. If they kidnapped the archaeologist. Okay.
Did you get that?
Yeah, it just popped up. I was reading the message and it just changed to he's dead, Captain. These Gorn claw marks. So, the other hostages are in great danger. Okay.
Hi.
There's no sign of the...
Yeah. So, yeah, the Warwick is locked onto your signal and can beam you directly to the bridge. Beam me up.
You are meddling in affairs you do not understand. This system was the home of our ancestors. It belongs to the Gorn by ties of blood and conquest. We will not allow grave robbers and thieves to desecrate hallowed ground without punishment. Prepare.
Yeah, alright. Apparently he wasn't willing to finish talking to me before shooting me.
And that wasn't my fault for once because I was sat here waiting.
I believe it, thousands of them.
Oh, funny. I actually was. I've been on my best behaviour team tonight. Bit with Kirk. Didn't fire them torpedoes.
Some more components. Wow, this ship is so slow. Right, so we've locked on the hostages ready to beam directly to sick bay. Beam them on board. Okay, the researchers have asked that we leave them here, sir. They say they want to do what they can to research and assess the damage done to the ruin and assess the damage done to the ruined Starfleet. We'll be sending a team to assist them. Better send a fleet. We can leave the system whenever. Okay, so let's go to sector space.
If the archaeological sites in the Kasei system really are from a Proto-Gorn culture, we will have to weigh carefully the knowledge we gain versus what the Gorn claim to be their own history. The Federation Science Council has a lot to consider. For now, though, I'm glad the researchers are safe. Good work.
Right, I'm gonna choose the phaser beam array because that's basically what we're using from now. Get some more dilithium, fire suppression device. You can use apparently to remove bleed debuffs. New phaser stun pistols.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
Level up again, level 6. When we get to level 10, well, level 11, we'll get promoted and we'll be a Lieutenant Commander. So, let's see what's next. Stun for the auto hail. Do it when I'm sorting out.
Yeah, of course you will.
Always the case. Well,
it's imperative.
Commander Burgess, Starfleet Intelligence.
Secret
There's something
orders.
I'd like you to look into. It could change the course of the war in our favor. We have intel suggesting that the Klingons are operating a secret weapons facility in the Hiromi cluster. We also believe the base is under the command of Ambassador Bavat, a controversial figure in Klingon politics. I'd like you to get to the truth of the matter, and soon. To that end, I'm sending one of my top agents to join you on the mission. I think you'll find Lieutenant Van Zyl to be a very capable officer. Don't hesitate to seek her counsel in the field. Proceed to the Briar Patch and find out what the Klingons are up to. If there are any weapons there, you are to deactivate or destroy them. And should you encounter the Ambassador, do bring him in.
We're on secret
I'd
orders
like a
next,
word.
are we? Obviously, you already said that we're calling it quits from that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's...
Admiral Quinn says you're the right officer for this job.
I highly doubt that. Right.
Oh, it's the Briar Patch one.
Yeah. So, phaser on. I always put my most powerful weapons on. It's the same as the... What's in here? Oh, right. So I can choose Beam Turret Mark II, Shield Recharge, or Chronotor Mine Barrier. Now I like being a fabrication engineer, so I'm gonna... Yeah. Yeah. This is probably... Field rush. Luckily, I don't have any tribbles in my inventory. Because tribbles do eat the food and they multiply. And there's a whole like mini game. Breeding them. They feed the right.
Kind of null and void now, but it's still something fun to do.
Yeah, it's right. Do recycle this stuff. Food. Let's heal you. Yeah, still does. Stuff. Sell it. The hypos. It's a 2,300 credits already. Not had to spend anything.
Says the Ferengi.
Oh, it's a long road getting to here. We're gonna need all the money that we can get. We've got some skills, so we'll do that finally. It's a space skill point. I think I go with this one. Go. hard to see any difference in sector space, but when you drop to a system, move your mouse over, over the icon down here, it'll bring up your whole capacity.
Right, I'll be right back. I'll swap onto my main character. Add you to
Oh
the fleet.
yeah, so you can add me in.
Yes.
One of the benefits of being in the fleet is you get a free uniform slot in the tailor. You're supposed to wear your fleet uniform in it, but a lot of people don't. But it's a freebie. And there's other benefits. You can get access to fleet gear and whatnot, but we're not going to be messing with any of that just yet. It's way too early for any of that stuff.
Definitely.
My main reason of to be invited to the fleet is what I've said before, is I hate getting random invites, and I run my own fleet. No, I could just pop on my character and invite this guy, but it's easier doing this way.
There you
There
go.
we go. They has invited you to join the 4th Fleet, and we will be accepting that.
We're off, Quinn.
There we go. So that is episode 2. We've done how many missions? Three missions tonight. We've progressed 3 levels. We're almost far off level. So we're making good progress. There's nothing really from the C-store that we want to get right now anyway, even if we're going to do that. We're not, but I mean, the first time you'd be wanting to look at C-store stuff is at Lieutenant Commander. Oh, I've got my stipend.
Even then, I personally, for me, I would just wait until I hit Admiral and then look at the ships that I wanted to actually buy, just for buying.
Well, yeah, now they've released this like tier 6 stuff levels up with it. I mean, I could technically just get like any of my tier 6 ships, play it right now, or but that's not the way we're going to do it. Now, there are benefits to having the lower level C-store ships. They each come with like consoles, and the special consoles that do special things. They make you a bit more powerful, and you can equip ships as you're going up. Some of them have sets. Take those consoles with you. But again, I'm not going to be using any of them. I will be using the skin though, however, because my next ship, will be a Constitution class. As I own this, I will have the option to use this skin, the default ship, and that is what we'll be doing. Kind of like this as a 2009 refit, or well, reimagining of the Constitution. It's got all the classic lines, but it's a little bit dated. So I'll be using this skin on the default ship. When we get it, when we level up, we'll go into ship tail and I'll show you. But that's it for tonight, guys. Thanks a lot for joining us. Thanks a lot for watching it on the replay. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. We'll be streaming again on Wednesday, same time, same place. Hopefully I'll have the technical issues sorted out, because for some reason YouTube decided it wasn't going to stream in the slot that I reserved, and instead put it in a different one with my old description and stuff, so I'm going to have to go back into the video after and change it. So hopefully I'll have that all resolved by Wednesday. Thanks a lot for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Have fun.